You know, it's a lot of tradition. It's got to be, you know, one of the most storied programs, you know, in the history of high school football, and to be in Brownwood and to be part of it is surely honorable.
Brownwood coach Steve Freeman has the toughest job in football. See, Steve took over after a legend retired. His name was Gordon Wood, and for 25 years he coached the Brownwood Lions into the record books, becoming one of the most winning coaches of all time. Because of what Coach Wood achieved, Brownwood is a town where legends are made and winning is just standard operation. It's a town where players are heroes to the townfolk and role models to the kids. It is a town where local pride lies directly on the shoulders of the boys of Fall.
Brownwood already on top by a score of 8-0. They've run one offensive play.
A lot has changed in Brownwood since Coach Gordon Wood prowled these sidelines. Players enter the field to rock music, smoke, and strobe lights. Instant replays are reviewed on stadium-sized screens. And in the press box, high above it all, sits another legend. One who has seen the change and yet carried on the tradition of winning.
One of the treats of coming to a Brownwood game is watching the Lions come onto the field. It is unique in the state of Texas.
His name is Dallas Huston. He's been KOXC Radio's voice of the Brownwood Lions since any of these players and most of their parents and fans were born.
I'm the only play-by-play guy that a lot of these people, you know, in their 40s and 50s have ever been around here.
Touchdown, Taylor Darden.
I love doing the ball games, and you know, it's as exciting now as it was 40-something years ago. I still have the same excitement, and I guess when that excitement disappears, I won't do them anymore.
It's got to be Burr carrying left side, going wide, cuts in at the 10, has the 5, has the goal line, a touchdown from 11 yards out by Corey Burr.
I wish all of them were that easy.
Does it ever get old with Brownwood, you know, I mean, wouldn't it be more interesting if you were doing this for a team that lost every now and then?
We do lose every now and then.
Friday night begins early for Dallas. The afternoon is the last chance to review names, stats, and player tendencies, research that makes the game more interesting. New facts and figures are piled high on half a century of old ones. Add all the numbers and years together, and you will get in sum one very humble broadcaster.
Well, I told someone the other day, and they mentioned the legend word with me, and I'll tell you what I told them. I have met legends, and I'm not one of them. And, you know, there have been a lot of legends in this town. I mean, a lot of legends in this town. I shouldn't be mentioned in the same breath with any of them. I think most of those other people were legends because of what they accomplished in life. I think my if I have any legendary status, I think it's more because I've lived longer.
It's Game 4 of the 2006 campaign. The Brownwood Lions play host to San Angelo Lakeview Friday night at Gordon Woods
Before
Stadium.
kickoff, there's still time to record a couple of station promos and a program for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Then it's on to the stadium for a final word with Coach Freeman.
We're really trying to prioritize those skills.
If you're looking for reassurance on what this game, this team, and this announcer mean to this town, look no further than this. The single biggest honor for the senior varsity players is to enter the field each week through the Walk of Champions, the walk that bears the name of the man Coach Freeman recognizes as a living legend.
I don't know how you can really say the Brownwood Lions and there not be a connection of both Dallas Huston and the Brownwood Lions. I can remember as a young kid listening to Dallas Huston in his commentary, and he makes the program special because when these young kids are growing up wanting to be part of the Brownwood Line program, they also long for the day to hear their name stated by Dallas Huston on the radio.
I just can't put into words how special it was, and he wanted a name on there that would bridge the generations, and it's very, very special to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 4, 5, 5.
It is a Friday night in Brownwood. This is a game that will be unique, yet it is connected to all the others that have come before. And the glue that holds the history together is in the announcer booth, putting into words another Brownwood tradition, winning.
Bowing under center is Munson, out of an I formation, tossing it to Beck. He's got the 5, gets a great block. End zone touchdown. Throw in the end zone, Roberson touchdown. 5 to Longoria. He's got it at the 5 and over for a touchdown.
It's just a different attitude that overtakes a town if you're winning as compared to when you're losing. It's a sense of pride, and communities that have pride are successful communities.
Hand off to Burr, left side, dropped the ball, picked it up, and still runs into the end zone and scores. Now they'll shift to the left side. Munson under center, takes quarterback sneak, and he dives in. Touchdown, Brownwood on the Chris Munson quarterback sneak. Munson will take it, a deep hand off the back right side. Big hole, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Ever wish you were calling an NFL game?
Yeah, you know, I can honestly say I've never wished I were calling an NFL game, but sometimes on Saturday, and I love Howard Payne to death, and I do their ball games. But, you know, if I'm heading to Alpine to do a Howard Payne Sul Ross game and I'm listening to Texas OU, I sometimes say, you know, I wonder what it'd be like to do a Texas OU game or something like that. So, yeah, but, you know, I've never regretted what I've done.
Pass caught. Henrik Roberson, 25, breaking a tackle.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world now. It's just a great place to be involved with high school football. I just can't imagine any place in Texas being better than Brownwood.
He is the anchor of the weekly broadcast of Brownwood Lions football. But Dallas Huston is an anchor in so many ways. He is the auditory anchor of the community, the voice that reminds everyone that there is permanence and importance to what happens here on the field. He is the voice that makes the Friday night lights a little brighter in Brownwood.
I've had generations that haven't heard anybody else on the radio doing Brownwood games here.
Including the guy who's shooting this interview right now.
That's right. Martin, my favorite kicker of all time at Brownwood High School.
He grew up, Dallas, listening to you. I mean, part of the reason he's in the business he's in is because of...
And if I had his voice, I'd be doing the Texas-Oklahoma game this year probably.
Little swing pass to Ellis. Has the 25, the 20, yanked down at the 18.
I don't do it for myself. I don't do it for an ego trip or anything. I do it because I think the kids really like it. And I think the fans like for me to call their games too. And I think the coaches like for me to call their games. And that's why I do it.
Back with the Lion kickoff in 1 minute.